समाचार सेवा प्रभाग प्रस्तुत करता है कार्यक्रम आज सवेरे।
दोस्तों, आज सवेरे में सोमवार का संस्करण होता है विमेंस कॉर्नर का, और आज इसमें हम आपको मिलवाने जा रहे हैं मोटिवेशनल स्पीकर जूलियन हाजाला से, जिनका जीवन बहुत सी कठिनाइयों से गुजरा, लेकिन उन्होंने फिर भी हार नहीं मानी और मुश्किलों से लड़ती हुई उस मुकाम पर जहां पहुंची जहां से वो लोगों को राह दिखा सकती है। तो दोस्तों, मिलते हैं जूलियन हाजाला से, विमेंस कॉर्नर में सुनते हैं उनकी कहानी, उन्हीं की ज़बानी। लेकिन लालिमा क्या कहना चाहते हैं वो भी सुन लेते हैं।
When you talked about motivational speaking, Naveen, I was just thinking that some of the most selling books in the book exhibitions are the self-help books. So I think people are really looking for these either a motivational talk or motivational books. Either you pull it out from your ancient texts or you see it as in nicely packaged form, easy to understand language through the books or lectures.
लेकिन दोस्तों, इस सेक्शन में अगर आप इनकी कहानी सुनेंगे तो आप जरूर इनकी लाइफ से तो कम से कम मोटिवेट हो ही जाएंगे।
Only a life lived for others is worth living. Julian Hazaala is a renowned motivational speaker and a philanthropist who faced extreme poverty, hunger, and other hardships. Born to British parents in Kolkata, Julian triumphed against all these odds. She achieved success in her life due to her true grit and courage, and is now living a life trying to uplift other downtrodden people. A remarkable story of compassion and determination, Julian recalls her early life.
As far back as I can remember, I was homeless along with my little sister Vanessa and my mum up to the age of 6 or 7. We lived behind people's houses, under their stairs, as depicted on the cover of my book, in their verandas, wherever we could find shelter from the rain or the heat or the puddles of water on the street or whatever. And soon after that, we moved to a full-fledged slum. Before that, we lost 4 siblings to poverty and malnutrition, sadly enough. Both my sister Vanessa and myself endured quite a bit of hardship while growing up, especially during the time when we were homeless, because we used to look at a man selling food, and every day we used to watch him, and he used to splash us with a little hot oil. We used to run a few yards, run back, and he used to put some puris and curry in a little bit of newspaper and put it in our hands and tell us not to come back the next day. But every day we went back, and every day he fed us. And like that, in the slum as well, we had a little tea shop that, gave me a bowl of diluted milk every single day. That saved my little sister's life. We had a little woman by the corner. She fed us, and it saved our lives. There was a meat man who did the same. And one can't help but remember or recall that a lot of sadness did take place in our lives, but at the end of the day, our lives were also saved by the poorest of the poor, and that's what's important to remember.
Julian points out the fact that access to free education helped her a lot.
St. Thomas's School was a gift to my parents and all the sponsors abroad who sponsored us. It was amazing. We were put into school, and my parents never paid a single rupee for a day. Our boarding, lodging was all free. We had the most wonderful matrons, the most wonderful teachers, and I completed my whole education. I did not graduate. I think it's that school that made me everything that I am today.
We asked Julian about the turning point in her life when her tryst with philanthropy began.
It started when I was faced with losing the 5th sibling. A twin brother and sister died in front of me, and they were buried in tea cases because we couldn't even afford coffins at that point in time in Dum Dum, and 2 died before me. But the 5th sibling was very real to me because I was big enough. I was 10 or 9 and a half at the time when she was brought and put in front of me, and that's the time I realized that this does not have to happen. People don't have to keep dying like this. We can do something about it if we try harder and we think differently, and we can fight for this. And at that point, I was very little. But there are thousands of girls all over the world who are very little, and they strive for more. just refuse to give up, irrespective of how little you are at the time. But that is what helped me to change my life, my family's life, and then go on to work for Bank of America, where I worked at numerous aged homes, children's homes, mental institutes.
Julian's courses and speaking are highly acclaimed and much in demand.
I'm currently an inspirational, motivational speaker and a trainer. So I speak to corporate women's organizations, charities, schools, universities, everywhere, all over the country in the UK. And the speeches can range from corporate speeches on change management, talent management, leadership, because I have a 20-year career in banking. And they also request me to talk about my story at the same time. And some of it is purely inspirational without the corporate bit to it. But I enjoy it any which way it goes because it helps me to spread the word. And I speak to corporates who, for example, I spoke to an MNC this week, just before flying to India, to 150 senior managers, and they agreed to feed 100 kids in India. I'm also working with an Indian government concern to open an NGO, which is an E3 program, which is on empowerment, education and employability skills in Calcutta.
Julian, who has described her life in her book titled Indian English, a memoir, makes Slumdog Millionaire look like a walk in the park.
It's about the good and the bad. It's basically for people to understand that their pasts do play a vital role in their future success. It's about converting the harm done to you as a human being and to turn it into glory. As William Barclay puts it very well, he says, endurance isn't just the ability to bear a hard thing, but it's the ability to turn it into glory. And it's not about what's done to you, and it's not about what happens to you. It's about how you use that to your advantage. That's the important thing to remember. My life was saved by the poorest of the poor, and that's how I'm living today, to try and give back because I owe them my life.
Julian's epic tryst with misery and deprivation and eventual redemption is a rare story of human courage, dignity and perseverance. Lola Jutta for the news feature.
Well, I was just thinking, Naveen, people must be able to convert adversity into opportunity. Remember J.K. Rowling? She wrote her best books when she was actually homeless and in a rather bad shape and in utter poverty. And so, as Julian said, she really converted her adversity into opportunity. And how you do it, whether you do it through digging out some Indian spirituality or through listening to some motivational speakers like Julian herself, whichever way you do it, that's the main thing.
ललिमा, यहाँ पे विवेकानंद की एक बात मुझे याद आती है. उन्होंने कहा था कि जैसा आप सोचते हैं आप वैसा ही बन जाते हैं. तो यानी कि अगर आपको आगे बढ़ना है तो मेहनत करनी पड़ेगी और अपनी सोच को पॉजिटिव रखना होगा.
Absolutely.
AIR FM गोल्ड पर इस समय आप सुन रहे हैं न्यूज मैगजीन प्रोग्राम आज सवेरे और अब तक की खास खबरों के साथ हैं लालिमा.
But stay tuned because coming up is Samachar Prabhat followed by morning news. Have a pleasant day ahead.